What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So in breaking news fashion today, Apple is going to be changing the script from what it's done historically with its numbering system for iOS, visionOS, macOS, iPadOS, all of their main software releases, and they are going away from their traditional sequential numbering pattern to a yearly numbering cycle, kind of like how Windows did back in the day, Windows 95 and things like that. If you're old enough to know, this is nothing really new, but it is new for Apple. So what this means is we are now no longer anticipating to be getting iOS 19 at WWDC and visionOS 3 even. Everything will be known as 26. So iOS 26, visionOS 26, macOS 26. This is going to shake up a lot of things here. And my initial thoughts was, how smart is this to do? But then I got to think even more. It does make sense. Why would it not be iOS 25 since it's launching in 25? I'm thinking because we're so close to the end of the years when Apple traditionally has these release cycles now, it would be more confusing to name it off of what it's originally launched in and going with the next year, since that is what will most likely be the main OS running for that year. Plus, in automakers, typically this is what you see. It's not the current year a model is launched in, it is the next calendar year for the newest model. So it does kind of make sense, and at least it does put every OS on a similar playing field. It's very interesting, and it's going to be somewhat confusing to newer users of the platform, including some different generational gaps. If you have some older users using the system, why they're only running, hypothetically, iOS 17 or 16 or 18. And now you're going to hear people using iOS 26, 27, and so forth. So it's going to be very interesting how this is going to behave. But from this change, we are going to now see iOS 26, macOS 26 instead of macOS 16, iPadOS 26 instead of iPadOS 19, watchOS 26 instead of watchOS 12, tvOS 26 instead of tvOS 19, and the biggest one, like I said, visionOS. Instead of 3, it will be visionOS 26. So again, it makes sense. It's definitely a little confusing still, to say the least, but it does make sense in the grand scheme of things, and it is a different way to differentiate how Android has now been naming their system sequentially over the last few years as well. I would not be surprised in the slightest to see a waterfall or snowball effect with different manufacturers now, including Google obviously, changing their numbering scheme up down the line also. I do like this. I think it actually shows it's going to be a generational gap and leap, and even more so if all of these rumors come true with how these new OSs are going to kind of be merging the gap and blurring it between each, but to be consistent at the same time. They must feel very confident that this is going to be a huge leap in form of their OSs. So again, out of all this too, the big takeaway is I think we can go ahead and check the box that we can definitely see major system redesigns this year. It's been rumored, this isn't a necessary surprise, but this is going to be the biggest proof that this is what we're going to get going forward, and we are going to start seeing these changes drastically in less than 2 weeks. So we'll know here on June 9th, we are going to WWDC, so make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe button to know all of the new content we're going to be launching for everything coming in the next couple weeks. We're super excited, now more so than ever. The redesigns sound exciting as is. Hopefully all of this news is going to make it worth the while. Now, taking all that out of the equation, yes, UI is going to be important. Yes, it's going to be a main focal point on WWDC, but I speak for everyone, and we just actually released a video earlier today. I'm hoping stability is one of the biggest focus points and not just a fresh coat of paint. iOS 18.5 is not great. The whole iOS 18 cycle was horrible, and I'm just going to say it was trash, honestly. Leave a comment down below. I'm only one person. This is my opinion, but we have not had a great experience with iOS 18, and we're ready to say see you later to it. So I hope stability is a focus, performance is a focus of iOS 19 or iOS 26, whatever they go with. We hope that is their front and foremost priority. Let us know, like I said, down below. Big thanks for watching this video. Thumbs up the video, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.